Robert asked me once if I was happy. We had been married 31 years at that point. It was a Sunday morning. I remember we were having coffee at the kitchen table. Nothing special about the morning, just a Sunday. And he put his mug down and he looked at me and he said, "Frances, are you happy?" I said, "Yes." I have been thinking about that answer for 19 years. My name is Frances Porter. I am 89 years old. I live on Maple Street in Asheville, North Carolina. I have lived in this house for 51 years. Robert and I moved in here in 1973. He died in 2005. His chair is still in the corner. I have not moved it. I do not intend to. I want to tell you about Robert because I do not think I have ever described him accurately to anyone, including myself. He was a high school history teacher for 38 years. He was a quiet man, not shy, quiet. There is a difference. Shy people are quiet because they are afraid. Robert was quiet because he was listening, always listening. He was the best listener I have ever known. And I spent 31 years as a nurse. I have known a great many people. He let me fill the rooms. That is how I would describe our marriage if I had to do it in one sentence. I filled the rooms. Robert made them worth filling. I was the one who talked. He was the one who made the talking matter. I was the one who organized and scheduled and kept everything moving. He was the one who made sure the children knew they were loved on the days I was too tired to show it. He was the better parent. I knew it then. I know it now. Are you happy? He asked it like it was a simple question. And I answered it like it was a simple question. Yes, of course. Why are you asking? And he picked up his mug and he said, "Just wanted to know." And we went back to our Sunday morning. And that was that. But here is what I have understood in the 19 years since he died. He was not asking if I was content. He was not asking if the house was fine, and the children were fine, and the bills were paid. He was asking something else entirely. He was asking if I was present, if I was actually there in our life with him. And the honest answer was, not always. And I loved Robert completely. I want to say that clearly before I say anything else. I loved him the way you love someone who has seen every version of you and stayed anyway. The way you love someone who never once made you feel small. The way you love someone who reads in the chair across from you on a Tuesday evening, and the whole world feels is less than #0. 7# is greater than exactly the right size. I loved him completely, and I was not always present for him. Both of those things are true. At the same time, completely. I was a nurse for 31 years. I worked rotating shifts for most of our marriage. Nights, days, weekends, whatever the hospital needed. And I came home depleted in a way that is hard to explain. If you have not done that kind of work, you give everything at the hospital. You give patience and presence and care all day to people who need it desperately. And then you come home. And the people who needed you there got what was left, which was not always much. Robert never complained. Not once in 46 years. He never said, "Francis, I needed you last night, and you were not there." He never said, "Francis, you give more to strangers than you give to me." He never said any of it. And that was the thing. I could not forgive myself for his silence about it, his complete and patient silence. A man who saw everything, said nothing, and stayed. I want to ask you something, and I want you to take a moment before you answer. Is there someone in your life who has never complained about something they had every right to complain about? Someone who has absorbed your absence, your exhaustion, your lesser self is less than #0. 8 is greater than without once asking you to do better. That patience is not nothing. That patience is a gift that deserves to be named out loud while the person is still there to hear it. When Robert got sick in 1994, I became his nurse officially, completely, for 11 years. And that was the first time in our marriage that I was fully present every day, every morning. His medication, his meals, his bad days and his good ones. I was there for all of it. And I have thought about this for a long time, whether it was guilt that made me present, or whether it was love finally having nowhere else to go. I think it was both. I think most true things are both. Near the end, when the Parkinson's was very advanced, there were days he could not always find my face in his field of vision. He would look for me, and I would move so he could find me. And when he did, he would settle, just settle, like a person who has been looking for something important and finally found it. The last thing Robert said to me that I understood clearly was, "Francis." Just my name, the way he always said it, like it was the whole sentence, like Francis was the answer to whatever the question was. I told him I loved him. He squeezed my hand. I do not know if he heard me clearly. I will never know. Are you happy? If he asked me that now, today, in this room, I would say, Robert, I was happy every time I was actually present. The mornings I sat at that table with you, the evenings I was in this room while you read, the years I was your nurse and finally slowed down enough to be your wife at the same time. Yes, those times I was happy. There just were not enough of them, and that is on me, not on you. Your person is asking you that question right now, not out loud, but they are asking it. Every day, someone stays. Every day, someone absorbs your lesser moments without complaint. Every day, someone is still there. When you come home depleted, they are asking, are you here? Are you present? Am I enough to bring you back? Answer that question honestly. Today, not to me, to them. And if the answer is not what it should be, you still have time to change it. I did not have enough time. Robert ran out before I figured it out. Completely. You have today. That is not nothing. That is everything. His name was Robert Porter. He taught history for 38 years. He read in that chair every evening. He asked me once if I was happy. He never complained about the answer. He was the best man I ever knew.